everybody. We back again. We are the movement. This is another roundtable discussion right here. Today we have a special guest. We'd like to introduce them at this time.
I am Amber Phillips. I actually organized the All Lives Matter Solidarity March downtown on December 18th. And I'm just here to be a part of the discussion.
And we have another special guest too.
Yes, my name is Cedric Granberry. I am the current president of the Tyler Smith County branch of the NAACP. I'm glad to be here.
All right. Well, I already told everybody a little bit about what we do with the show. And as everybody knows, all lives do matter and Black lives matter. We're just going to cover up a couple of topics for tonight. I guess we can dive right into the number one or number two topic, which is Andre DuBose and Miss Singh. Any thing y'all want to say about that? How y'all feel about that?
Well, I can start it off. As far as like the Sandra Bland case, the police brutality that's going on in the country, across the country, is out of line. That's just bottom line. Like, I don't agree with nothing that's going on. They can say however they want to feel. They can say they mean well. They can say they're not racist, but it's a racist situation. They have a problem with black people standing up to them. They don't like being talked back to, and it's not right to kill anybody behind that. That's how I feel about it. And the main thing about it is that I don't like is that it's a woman at that. Now, black men, we do have to step up. These are our women getting attacked now. And we just letting stuff go by, letting stuff happen to us. I don't care what y'all say, y'all can go get your job, go get your check, take care of your kids, but they killing us like it's nothing. Go to court, not guilty, they go on about our business. Then you want to talk about black on black crime? Forget all that. Forget all that. That's not even the issue right now. We talking about Black Lives Matter. Get all lives matter. Black people getting killed for nothing. That's not cool.
Understood that. I just wanted something to say. Yeah.
Well, I think the interesting aspect of the two names that you named were Samuel DuBose and Sandra Bland, which both died in police custody. Basically, the DuBose video, that the edited version that they're showing on TV, it really pales into comparison to the unedited version. I mean, it is just a basic execution. And
his name is Sam DuBose. That's his name.
Sam Andre. I thought it was
Sam DuBose.
Yeah, and Sandra Bland, her death as well is just it's more questions than answers.
Right.
And at the end of the day, there are two young black people that are dead.
Young.
Yeah.
You don't got a lot of life to live. Sandra Bland was going for a new job. You know what I'm saying? I went to PV, and that's why I feel a certain type of way about it, because I was there in Waller. Went to Walmart and everything, went to school down there. That could have been me just as easily, being pulled over for no reason, and then just because I say something bad, and it's a problem. Like, I don't want to die because I feel that I can speak out for myself, and I feel like I'm being done wrong, I should say something.
Right.
Now, I shouldn't have to be quiet just to save my life. That's crazy. I don't have a gun. Why you got your gun? Like, why are you handcuffing me? Why you got your elbow in my throat? I ain't even fighting back. That's like unnecessary.
I look at it also from a whole different point of view, because I done been in the shoes where he was. I done been there where I done got pulled over on the back street and done took out the car and elbows to the back, people checking me, checking the car. I was clean, but at the same time, I wasn't even thinking about it. I never even thought about none of the stuff that done happened until they start showing me on TV. So now it's making me aware of it, and man, it's a shock.
Right.
It's shocking now because, like I said, my little girl driving now.
Right.
So when she get driving, and she called me and say, hey, I was speeding. So what's gonna happen from a speeding ticket to I get another call, hey, your daughter was shot and killed or something happened.
Right.
I don't know how y'all handle it. I couldn't handle it.
Then the thing about it, they calling it, at the end of the paperwork, they call it protocol.
Right.
Like, I done looked at law books, like somebody done revamped something, because I don't think killing the black people is part of protocol now.
killing an unarmed person. Like,
Right.
that's the thing, like nobody
It's
is
crazy.
a threat,
Right.
and they're getting killed.
Right,
Like,
right,
that's the thing, like, there's no gun, there's no shooting back,
right, right,
and they're dead.
exactly.
That's wrong, like, that's wrong, and the bad part about it is they're not guilty at the end of the day.
Right.
This is murder, this is straight up murder, and they get to go home.
Even worse than that, we just naming the recent two.
Right.
There are more black lives that done happened and occurred that we ain't even came to talking about yet.
Right.
I mean, we were just talking.
Right.
I mean, you have, like I said, I don't know exactly the names, I just know the incidents.
Right.
Like
Mike
the dude
Brown,
at the
Eric
church,
Garner.
the dude at the church, he had a gun, he ran from the law, they shot him. I mean, this is just,
John Crawford III was at
Yeah.
Walmart and was had a play gun, basically, and was looking to possibly purchase it. And police came in the Walmart and shot him dead, and basically tried to cover it up by not releasing the video to his family to even be able to see it. Tamir Rice, 12 years old,
Right.
in a park with a play gun. How many people have had a play gun? But there are families that have given real guns to their children. There are a lot of white people that make sure that their kids have guns. There was a 5-year-old young boy that killed his 2-year-old sister because he was careless with his own gun. So there, the list goes on and on, as to the situations that have occurred, and Tamir Rice, Freddie Gray, Walter White, which was shot as a result of just not wanting to go back to jail. You know what I mean?
Right.
Child support.
what was the guy's name? The guy pulled over in the car, took out running.
Walter White.
And the police kind of like was,
Right.
so, he was running from the
Walter
law.
White.
Right, and that was in South Carolina too. We got to make that parallel because what happened in Charleston in the church with Dylan Roof, that was where Walter White was killed. Was just a few miles away. It was just upper South Carolina, Charleston, right outside the Charleston area, to where that happened, which is a very pivotal place too because it was the first of the 13 colonies. And it's one of the oldest cities, and you were referring to Jamestown with the Willie Lynch. What it is a mentality that has been passed down through generations, and it's a cycle that is yet to be broken. And I think that discussions like this is what it's going to take accountability and break that cycle, even on our part, and in the knowledge and understanding the entire scope of what's happening, man. People are dying, man, and we could be next. It's a morbid fear.
So as we leave
Yeah,
here.
when you stop by police, you don't know what's going to happen. But I would encourage everyone, stay calm. We're talking about how some young men want to challenge the police. That's not wise.
That's not wise. And you talk about the mentality, like slaves, we come from slaves, you know what I'm saying? And we have that mentality passed down to us from generation to generation, and so do white people. Just like you got white people now saying they're not racist. Racism is the past thing. I'm not that.
Right.
I got black friends, but
Right.
you come from slave masters just as well. You get that same mentality passed down to you from your parents to their parents, and you don't even really understand why we feel the way we feel.
Right.
You don't even understand that y'all put us in positions,
Right.
not even meaning to. We go to the bank, try to get a loan, you automatically look at us like, man, whatever.
Right.
We go to the store, you already look like our money's not good enough. And it's not like you're trying to, but it's mentality-wise, that's what we feel every day. You might not think nothing about it, but that's the realest thing about it. Y'all
It's
think
been
y'all
like
way,
you
we
said.
think our way.
Like you say, how you raised, like, when RP to my mom, I was raised by my mom and my aunties and my uncles and people like your family and everything, but a lot of people was aggressive, but we were smart about it, I'm sitting back now, like I said, I'm more of a fan of Malcolm X. And right now, I'm telling you, man, it's just something about right now is one of them times, like, man, we need somebody to actually stand up and do something, as in, not nothing crazy, because we know you can't do nothing when we want to go outside and get shot. It's just something we need, man. Cause I mean, we just sitting back to study what's happening. Like I would, you know what I'm saying? She did this march. Started from when I was talking on Facebook, and it was like people already was like, oh man, want to put on your black hat for Michael Brown. You want to do this for Sam. You want to change your screen for this right here for
Trayvon
yeah, you know what I mean. But when it's time to do something, a lot of people just sitting back. Y'all ain't doing nothing.
Right.
We had a good number of people that came,
Right.
but a good number of people should have been way
Oh,
more.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then at the same time you come back, like I said, man, you know, believe me, I'm really quiet right now because I got a lot in me to say.
Right.
I'm really being respectful.
But and it was really crazy because I was at work at the boys' home at the time, and I seen the videos and the pictures y'all was posting. Like usually, really from the picture, I could count how many heads was there. And to myself, like I told one of my coworkers, he started laughing. I said, man, we had more people at the club free before 11. I said, that's terrible.
Yeah.
I said, but then they want to put on their hats. You keeping yourself in this little bitty box that they keeping us in. Like, oh yeah, y'all can wear your hats on Instagram. You can post your poems on Facebook, but you come out here, we still run this. But y'all stay on there. We don't have to see that. We don't have to, none of that. But we cool with being in that little box.
It's like perfect timing. Some things, you know, I believe in God. That's first off.
No doubt.
But it's some perfect timing on some of the black stuff that happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of stuff happened and we missed a lot of stuff. They started doing an ICE challenge
Yeah.
to get us not to thinking about all the black killings that was going on. You know what I mean? And I mean, it's always something. It's always something that happens to cover up, to make it look like.
Remember how Ebola came real hard?
Yeah.
Where's Ebola now? You don't
Like,
hear nothing
nowhere.
about it.
No, but when it was out, what they was doing, they was coming up with something else. Something else happened. Somebody else
We
got
was
shot.
on Sandra Bell too hard. She was trending on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Here come Drake and Meek Mills. Where did that come from?
Exactly.
That's my biggest, my biggest issue is a lot of times I feel like we don't have the courage to do what we need to do.
Right.
We only do what's trending at the moment.
Right.
And once it's over,
It's over.
it's over. And I know a lot of that comes from fear because when I was doing the march, a lot of people, I talked to a lot of young people, they told me they weren't allowed to come because their grandmother, their mother, whoever was afraid for their lives. And even my son, he was nervous. He was like, well, Mama, you know, I'm not sure about you doing that because I had planned to go to believe when it wasn't Freddie Gray, when somebody died, I was going to travel where they were. Me and my baby talked about that, and he was like, well, Mama, people are dying there. And my issue is, if the people before us had the same mind frame, where would we be today?
Right.
We are not where we need to be. We have a long way to go, and I understand that. But the only reason that we are this far is because the people who died and who weren't afraid to
And
die.
we're willing to die.
So it's like we are trapped in fear,
Right.
uneducation.
Completely.
And that's my thing, y'all. I'm education. We have to get ourselves in these positions to get people, as Loretta Lynch, who
Right.
can challenge the things that aren't right.
Exactly.
Right.
But let me not get off topic. We are so caught up in Meek Mill and Drake, as you said. It's so many other things distracting us from what's real. People don't understand that this is real. We are really dying.
Yeah.
We are really being counted out. And if you have us 5 who are talking about it, but everybody else who don't care or only care at the moment, you know, it has to be more. I tell people this, the bus boycott lasted 387 days, I believe.
Yeah.
That's over a year that
Right.
people took the bus, they carpooled, they were threatened, they were beaten, to get them to not to be afraid. You can't tell me that many of us, a whole town of us, will walk to work for a year.
Right.
Some people had to leave work at 3 o'clock to get to work because that's what they had to do.
Really
But
bad.
because of that, we are able to sit wherever we want on the bus. Where are those people?
Right.
Where is that? Who is that in my generation?
Right.
And a lot of times, a lot of things are, people say all the time, it shouldn't be you. You a woman, it shouldn't be me. Okay, maybe not, but for whatever reason, it's me.
Right.
So if you disagree, I'm gonna support you. But we have to support each other. We have to stress the importance of education. We have to get over that crab in the bucket mentality.
Completely.
Yeah, that's man.
And
And we have to, that's the only way that we are ever gonna see any real progress.
That's why we're getting killed like how we're getting killed. We do it to each other. We do it to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We don't help each other. Just like right now with all this police brutality and all these killings, it's gonna be faded away like nothing happened. This is our time to stand up and support each other.
Right.
But we have to do that. Like we have to do that.
Right.
It's not enough of us.
Right.
That's right.
Like we have to challenge everybody. This is why we're doing this right now. We are challenging everybody
Right.
who watches this video to stand behind your black brother and your black sister.
In any war that you go to
Yeah.
and through, you don't always win by brute force.
Right.
Gotta be some
You
more.
win by your mind,
Strategy.
and
Strategy.
the art of war.
Right.
And that's one of the things that we've got to get back to is the code. You know,
Right.
when we were coming up, there was something called the G code.
Right.
Yeah.
Remember that was something that we
Y'all
didn't
do
break.
not know nothing about
Yeah,
it.
we didn't
That's
break
what I'm
that.
exterminating.
And nowadays, there is no code. You know,
Right.
and I think that we should start another movement that should take shape is I won't kill my brother.
Right.
I mean, I will not kill my
No
brother
matter what,
under
like it's-
no circumstances.
No
you know what I mean?
circumstance.
If
shall
I have
kill my
to, if
brother.
I have to take a loss, if I have to take a L, that's what I have
That-
to do.
But it's a crazy thing because that's the cool thing to do.
Right,
Kill somebody, put their face on the t-shirt. That's cool. You get respect.
I
right.
tell you
Stripes
what,
like that.
everybody hold your thought right there. We'll be back right after this, right here. Bye. All right, everybody, we back. Once again, this is the round table discussion right here, brought to you by the movement. And before we get out of here, I want to let everybody know a little bit more about our special guest today. Gonna tell them a little bit more.
Like I said earlier, I organized the All Lives Matter Solidarity March that took place downtown in December. What inspired the march, at that time, it wasn't the amount of killings that have happened now, but at that time it was Tamir Rice, Michael Brown, Eric Garner, and John Crawford. And I just was in a place of frustration, almost a place of despair, especially as a mother of a teenage son. My son is 16 years old and obviously he's black. So I was moving, trying to be proactive versus having to react to something going on later concerning him or any of our black men in East Texas. I just felt compelled to show in whatever way that I could that we cared, that we are here, that if something did happen, that they were going to have somebody that was going to have to deal with, they were going to have to talk to, we were going to deal with it. And things are different since then. As a mother, I still have this conversation with my son. He recently started driving. If you ever pulled over, keep your hands at 10 and 2. I wonder when he leaves me and goes to the store, I pray all the time that he returns safely. And you have so many different emotions as a mother. You're disgusted, you're afraid, but at the end of the day, because you believe in Christ, you still have to be hopeful. And recently things have shifted even more. 5 black women have died in police custody in July alone. So I feel like black women are now a target as much as black men. So as a black woman, I'm even more petrified because of me, and I have 2 daughters. So it's like, for me, when does it stop? When are we going to say enough is enough? When are we going to get angry enough to care enough to educate ourselves? I can't stress that enough. Education is our key to progress. I say that time and time again. We have to go to school. We have to talk to each other as we're doing now. We have to talk to people of different races, because there's no way that we can get where we need to be without the help from other races. We need to talk about the big elephant that's in the room that nobody wants to talk about.
Right.
Racism is real.
Yeah.
It is.
We are dying.
Right.
We are under attack. You can spin it, you can put it, you can justify it. We shouldn't be disrespectful. We just need to comply.
We shouldn't have ran for the police.
We should run. I agree. But nothing warrants a life.
Right.
So the bottom line is, when are we going to get tired? When are we going to care enough to get educated? I am my brother's keeper. Emmett Till's mother said, when this had happened. A month ago, I had a son. A month ago, I lived in my apartment and I was fine. The things that were going on in the South wasn't my concern because it wasn't me. But I learned today, anytime someone is dealt in injustice, it better be everybody's problem. Injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. If we don't care about what's going on not around us, we are part of the problem. So I am compelled, as I say, as a mother, as a black woman, I have brothers, my father, my friends, people that I've grown up with, that I care about, but it's not enough for me to care. It's not enough for us 5 to care. People have to care, not just talk about it, not just put on a t-shirt because it's cool, not just hashtag it because that's what's going on at the moment, but you have to care enough to implement real change.
Yeah. I want to make sure I want to say this right quick. When you're talking about getting this knowledge, when you get this knowledge, do something with it. A lot of people go to school. I myself went to school and graduated and ain't using that degree. I'm working doing something totally different. So if you go do that for all the young generation, everybody that's watching this, get your knowledge and do something with it.
Applied knowledge is powerful.
For real.
Right.
And
And 50% of the knowledge that they need, like, they're not teaching it in school.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you gotta take it upon yourself to research, to
Yes.
download, to look up videos, to watch older movies. The Black Panther Party, like a lot of people, it came out in 1996, but explained every step by step of how the government and the mob put heroin in the streets because the black people was getting too strong. It's all a mental thing. Like, you gotta empower yourself because
That's right.
they only gonna teach you what they want you to know.
Yeah.
They're not gonna tell you who invented what. They're gonna say they did, or they're gonna overlook it, different stuff like that. But what we need to know as a race is not in their history books because they're not our history books.
Yeah.
We gotta empower ourselves, and ain't nobody teaching us.
Yeah. Even when they do teach us, they're not gonna teach us everything.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Even if they're not gonna teach you everything.
Right.
But we also, like I said, want to give a shout out, man. Sure, want to thank you for coming.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Y'all don't know, man. We know each other from a long while back.
Yes.
Long while back, but let us know everything about what you got going right now.
Well, I definitely will, and to address what Amber was saying about the All Lives Matter and the Solidarity March, the forum and the march. They were so important because what they did was they forced a conversation. You know what I mean? And in the All Lives Matter, the police chief was there, the sheriff was there, the mayor was there, and the district attorney was there. These are people that can definitely have a lot of influence in the situations that we are facing, and we have to understand that that's one of the most important things to do is forge those relationships. We have to start that dialogue. We have to talk about what's going on. We have to address it. Then, after addressing it, we have to demand our constitutional rights be not trampled, that they are exercised, because we are citizens. We pay taxes, and we have a lot of influence in this city. We just have to use it. We have to use our dollars. We have to understand that we're the highest consumer in the world. Black people are. That's why people will target us in spending. And so one of the most important things, the NAACP established in 1909, dealt with racial injustice at that point. In Springfield, Illinois, rioting, lynchings were going on, and since its inception, over 106 years ago, we're still here. I recently came back from the National Convention in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to represent Tyler and Smith County, in which the President of the United States was there and addressed criminal justice, voting rights, education, so many things. But I brought back a pamphlet, and this is what we do. Knowledge is power. But the most important thing about knowledge is having the wisdom to apply it. And so the 411 on the 50 is a pamphlet that we have, that it's available here in Tyler. If you want a copy, it's free of charge, but it gives you detailed information about police interaction and how to deal with the police in your car, on the street, in your home, if you are arrested, and the do's and don'ts if you are approached by the police. And one thing about it, if you can follow this guide and know your rights, when the rubber meets the road and you need somebody to have your back, and look at the fact of whether your civil rights have been trampled, we can deal with it, but you have to follow the rules. And that's the hard part, because sometimes they don't follow the rules. But we have to rise above the situation and understand the far-reaching parameters of what we are dealing with. So I want to encourage everybody to get a copy. If you need to, contact my man here, and he will definitely put you in touch with us so you can obtain a copy.
All right, man. Like I said, well, any more topics that you want to cover right quick? I know you had something that you want to get off your chest. Yeah, I know everybody has something you want to get off your chest.
Final thoughts.
Yeah, the final thoughts, man. Go and get it out now.
What was that you said earlier, that movie? We can talk about that a little bit more in depth. What'd you say?
I will not kill my
I will
brother.
not kill my brother. I really like that.
Yeah, yeah.
We need to make that a hashtag or something. Like, we really need to do that.
Let's do it. I think starting with a shirt with the message, it has to become psychological.
That's
Right.
right.
You know what I mean? I will not
Right.
kill my brother.
Right.
You know, because under no circumstances, and it gets back to that code. They
Right.
follow the code.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everything is precipitated from the president of the United States being a black man. Let's just
Right.
keep it real.
Right on.
That's
Right.
one of the
That's
silent
true.
elephants in the room.
Right
too.
on.
Because we have a black president, since then you've seen a wave of discrimination and racial prejudice.
Right.
And so at the same time, we have to have a code. What is one of our strategic plans? What is one of the ways we can do things? We can have a code of things that we will follow so that we can hold them accountable.
Right.
Right now, we're trying to hold them accountable and not holding ourselves accountable.
Right.
You know?
Because we don't have a code.
Yeah.
That's what
And
that's
that's
Code
the
is-
problem.
is-
The problem is everybody trying to win. Everybody trying to get above everybody else. So nobody want to see nobody do better than them.
Right.
They ain't like it was back in the day. Back in the day, if you had 6 pork chops, I didn't eat that day. You would send 3 to my house.
Right.
You wouldn't.
That's
You
right.
wouldn't talk. You wouldn't eat your 6 and talk bad about me because I didn't have 6 to go with your
Right.
6.
Right.
You would share. Kids,
Right.
neighbors could
Right.
raise other people's kids,
Yeah.
whoop other people's kids like we was like a race. Like we was together. We was
We were all
one.
family.
Like,
Everybody knew
everybody.
everybody had nobody.
I grew up
better
with
than
8
the
at their house one
Right.
day. She fed everybody. Next
And-
day, my mama
And
fed
then
everybody.
their mama didn't say, "Oh, we have to feed little Pookie and little
Yeah.
Bitty today."
Yeah.
Their mama ain't
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's
I remember
crazy.
barring everything.
And that really
That's
wasn't that
crazy.
long ago. It
She
really
ain't got no
wasn't.
sugar in her house.
That's the sad part about
That's
it. It wasn't
crazy.
that
Feel
long
like
ago.
Yeah.
It do feel like it.
Right.
Feel like everything
But I'm
done
not old. I
changed.
don't care how y'all feel about yourself, but I'm not old and I still remember them days. You know
Oh,
what
me
I'm
too.
saying?
Me too, absolutely.
Times have really changed, man,
Right.
and it's really sad that
Yeah.
we do this to each other
Right.
just as much as that the other people do it to us.
Right.
And we gotta stop
We
it.
gotta stop.
I will not, how you say it again?
Mhm.
That-
I will not kill.
I will not kill my
Okay, I'm
brother.
starting tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
Now, well, again, when we leave here, we can all start it. Y'all know how to look it up.
Yeah.
No circumstance.
That's like what we doing right now with the movement.
That's a
That's
solution.
what we doing. Like we pound the movement.
Yes.
You know what I mean? This is just a round table.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Round table discussion. This is what we doing right here.
We trying to
Bro.
talk about things.
Yeah.
We're not.
Right. It
It's hard.
starts from a
Yeah.
thought. You know, when our kids look back and they say, "What did you guys do?
Right.
Yeah, what have you
What
done?
did you do?
The
Right.
thing about it, we can say what Daddy done, what Granny done, but
What wouldn't have?"
Yeah.
What
like
did I
in
do?
this nation right now, we're not doing
What
nothing.
did I do?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Our race is a fashion statement.
No doubt.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is between rap and the way they dress and the cars and the go. You don't own none of that.
Right.
You have to buy it from them to get what you got.
Right.
You still don't own it because you're still making payments on it. So that's
Right.
it's just crazy.
Right. And I want to speak to one more thing that is probably another topic, I'm sure, but we have to use our dollars. North Tyler, hey, listen, we need to think about putting our money together and buying up property. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We need assets so that when we do go downtown, so that when we do form together and they say, well, how much asset do you guys have? We can say,
Right.
on paper, this is what we are doing in our own community.
Yeah.
And that will force them to realize and listen.
Right.
Listen.
Yeah. Shout out right now to the West Side Barbecue. They doing something positive. Shout out to
Crazy.
the committee.
Right.
You know, shout out to Jab. Shout out to everybody that's doing something positive. What I ask everybody to do is, if we all doing something positive, each of us,
Mhm.
Right.
let's go and put it all together,
Right.
one thing,
Mhm.
just imagine how much power, like if everybody came together, well, imagine how much power we'll do. How many numbers we can turn out when we do something. Because I mean, like you said, we can hashtag it all day. But if we not gonna stop killing our brother,
Right,
what it's gonna do?
right.
We can go up here and march, but I mean, if we ain't gonna sit up here and actually teach us how not to, you know what I mean, to help our chances when we get pulled over.
Right.
Something like that, you know.
Right.
It's a
Man.
high concentration of blacks in Tyler. We make up 25% of the population. That's 25,000 black people. That's a high number.
That is.
Man, I tell you like this. Everybody that's looking right now, and all the young people, some black people, some black men especially, and like you said, now they talking to women.
Yes.
Everybody know one thing about a man when you with a woman.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose in front of a woman.
Right.
You want to make sure you protect your woman. If a woman come out and she with a man and she can't feel protected and she with a man,
Man.
what's the use of you being a man? But you know what I mean? If we going together, we both scared of the police.
Good.
See,
What we doing?
That's a whole
We
nother
get pulled
topic.
over, you sitting there, I'm scared, you scared, we all by
That's a whole
ourselves.
other topic, because right now these men are dropping the ball on being men.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just gonna say that right now.
Yeah, that's-
Well, not only that. I mean,
That's
women forgetting that they're royalty too. So you can't have a king if you're not a queen. So, but that's something else. We'll come back to that.
I was getting ready to say, because we lead this charge, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They falling behind, you know what I'm saying? Because they
We gonna
doing
make
what
sure
they gotta
we
do
put
to
that on.
They
survive.
are.
That's what the movie is all about right there. We're gonna definitely have to get on that.
Part two, yeah, we'll be back.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll definitely
that one would be
have to get on
crazy. We gotta get a couple more women here and everything. That's gonna be crazy.
Let me make sure to leave y'all with what I was talking to them off the camera. If you're a boss, you want to make other people bosses. And if you don't make other people bosses, you're just gonna be a target. Man, I hope everybody enjoyed the show. Hope everybody, you know what I'm saying, keep supporting us. If you see this, share it. If you see her on there, make sure you support her. If you see him, make sure you support him. That's Pound the Movement. Go like the like page, check out the videos, YouTube, everything. We holler at y'all. Bye.